Hi, welcome back to Takacs McGinnis Elder Care Hour. I am Barbara McGinnis, and we're talking about little-known resources that can help you.
And in this segment, we're discussing additional resources for seniors who have been victimized by crime. Joining us is Amy Smith. Welcome, Amy.
Thank you for having me.
And you're the program manager of CREVVA, which of course you'll have to tell us what that is.
Yes. We call it CREVAA.
Yes.
It stands for the Collaborative Response to Elder and Vulnerable Adult Abuse.
Okay. Hence CREVVA.
Hence CREVAA.
Yes.
It's much easier to say.
Okay. All right, and so what does it do?
CREVAA is an emergency services for vulnerable adults and elderly who have been victims of a crime. We go in, we help with everything right off the bat that has happened with a client. We are short-term, we're only 60 days, so we're in and out, but we do put into place long-term supports and services.
Okay.
So how long has CREVVA existed?
CREVVA started last February of 2018 with a pilot program in 3 areas across Tennessee. As of June of 2018, we are active in every county in the state.
Great.
Wow, that's rapid growth.
Okay.
Yes, and we continue to grow every month.
That's
So
unfortunate.
I was going to ask about who is eligible for CREVVA services, but that sounds kind of rude.
Well,
You know, do you have to be an elderly person?
no, you don't. Because of the way our program is structured, we assist vulnerable adults, which is 18 to 59,
Okay.
and then 60 and above, which is considered elderly, but that's not my
That's
definition.
your thing. Yeah.
But we help everybody from 18 on, as long as they're a vulnerable adult.
Okay.
So do they just call up and say, I've been victimized?
CREVVA is a referral-based program.
Right.
Because we are working with victims of crime, which can be difficult, our biggest partner is Adult Protective Services. We get a lot of referrals from them.
All right.
We also get referrals from the DA's office,
Okay.
from victim witness coordinators, law enforcement, first responders, and in some places in the rural parts of the state, we take them from other entities. The best bet is if somebody feels they can benefit from our services, just to give us a call and we can let them know. And if we can't particularly help them, we can refer them to the appropriate resources.
Okay, so let's say you get a referral from the DA, or let's say the DA says, now does the district attorney call you and say we have a vulnerable adult here? Do you initiate the contact with the person, or do they actually have to contact you? How does that work?
Well, the referral will come from the DAs, and they'll give us the information about the client, the crime, what's happened, what they feel the client could possibly, what services they could benefit from. Across the state, we have 17 advocates.
Okay.
So every area has designated advocates, and those advocates would get the referral.
All right.
And they will initially contact the client.
Okay, so instead of the client contacting, it's typically CREVVA that calls.
Yes, CREVVA will call the client and let them know we received this referral. 99% of the time, the client knows the referral's been made to CREVVA.
All right.
And the client will get a call from CREVVA. They'll go out, they'll talk with the client, and they'll talk with the client and see what the client feels they need. The services we provide through CREVVA have to be based on the crime itself. An example would be somebody gets their house broken into. Well, we can go in and we can help change door locks, stuff like that. But we can't go in if they have a hoarding situation. But we can refer out to other resources to help a client with those services.
That sounds like consistent with TCAD, Tennessee Commission on Aging and Disability, their mission, which is to be like a one-stop.
Well, that's because we are housed at TCAD. We do. We have, and we contract with the area agencies on aging and disability across the state. So within those AAADs, a lot of the resources are already housed. So when the referral comes in, it's basically getting done what's right there.
Gotcha.
So do you offer any counseling support, emotional support?
We can, yes.
Okay.
We can offer services for counseling, refer to counseling for clients mostly who have been victim of abuse, physical, emotional. We can offer counseling for that.
Right.
Okay.
So do people have to pay for this?
No. We are a grant-funded program, so there are no fees associated with our services.
Okay. So as long as it's consistent, as long as it's, like you say, related to the crime.
Right. As long as it's related to the crime, we have the funds to provide those services. If it's outside of that and a client still needs services, we can refer to other resources and work together to make sure the clients get what they need.
Right, which may or may not be a cost, I assume, but still.
Yeah, the majority of the things that we will refer to will not have a cost.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
So you're part of the Tennessee Commission on Aging and Disability, or at
Yes.
least associated with. What about some of the other resources that are available under TCAD?
TCAD is an amazing resource. A lot of the services, and I wrote them down because I pretty much just do CREVVA, but we can provide Meals on Wheels, congregate meals, Medicare counseling. So there's a lot of different resources, homebound services, homemaker services. So TCAD has quite a few resources, and tn.gov/aging will bring you to our website.
Okay.
You can find everything you can possibly want there.
Right. Okay.
So, Amy, we're going to put your contact information up on the screen. We've got 1 minute left. So, anything you want us to know or you want to talk to us about?
There's CREVVA Director Amy L. Smith.
That's me.
Information and assistance line 866-836-6678.
Yes.
And Amy, is it .I?
It's L.
Dot
Amy.L.
Amy.L.Smith@tn.gov. So
Yes.
that will get to you.
And that will get to me, and I can send somebody to the appropriate state where they are in the state. Because if somebody's in Knoxville, they're not going to want to advocate in Memphis.
Sure.
Right.
And we
Yeah.
have somebody that
Like you
covers
said,
all of this.
17. Awesome.
Yes.
17
And we're
of-
growing. We
Yes.
have.
That's regrettable in a way, but
I
it's
know,
good
it
that
is.
you're there.
But yeah, that the
It's
commitment
very
is there.
difficult, but it's very rewarding to know how many clients we're assisting.
Great. Thank you, Amy, for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
We're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back. We're going to wrap this up with someone from Mental Health America.